lot of times, the ladies, are they even worth approaching for one?
Ooh,
Are
okay.
y'all worth
Okay.
approaching? Like,
Okay.
because you got to see if it's worth it.
Okay.
They trying to play it too hard to get.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Talking Mic.
Yo,
About time.
man. You know we out
And
here.
today we're talking about what? Why men don't approach women these days. Right. But before we start, I'm gonna let my handsome guest and my beautiful guest to introduce themselves. Starting from Goki.
My name is Goki. Been in Denver for a minute, from New York. I'm Nigerian, and I'm going to represent for everybody. Not just the fellas and the ladies, so I'm going to represent for everybody.
What's your relationship status?
My relationship. You got to get me in trouble. Sorry, stop.
Hey, let me help you out. Let me help you out. It's either you mind your own business,
yes.
or you're single,
I mind my own business, and I'm seeing.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
So complicated. Let's put it.
I'll leave it
that way.
I'm
Okay.
seeing someone. I'm seeing someone.
Okay. Cool. And
Singular, by the way.
what about you?
All right, I'm Kat.
Hey, Kat.
Born in Seattle, moved all around. Been in Denver for like 2 years, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I only have one perspective, or like from my perspective as a female, but I guess I could say I'm exclusive. So
Okay, exclusive.
with somebody exclusive.
Okay, sounds good. And
I'm Papis, Chosen Kings, the hottest promoter in Denver. You already know. But yeah, me, I like my personal business after social media, you know.
Okay.
So we don't
Okay.
talk about that.
You
If
don't
you,
talk about
if you if you know, you know.
If you
Yeah,
know,
I like
you know.
that.
So
Need to know basis.
So that's the relationship status.
If you know, you know.
You know
I like that. I like
Okay,
that.
okay. That's what's up. So let's dive straight into it. Why do you think we men are not approaching women these days? Yeah, she's probably ready to hear. I'm sure we have the ladies out there that want to hear this conversation
Let's
so
go.
bad. So let's do it. Maybe we'll start from here. How about that? Because I
First
know
of
you
all,
got a lot to
we
say.
gotta dissect back.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
From the
We can
men,
speak up a little
the
bit,
women,
so, yeah.
the men, the women, and the these days part. Like, we do approach women,
Okay.
but a lot of times, the ladies, are they even worth approaching for one?
Ooh,
Are
okay.
y'all worth
okay.
approaching? Like,
Okay.
because you gotta see if it's worth it.
Okay.
They trying to play it too hard to get.
Okay.
Too hard to get.
You feel me?
Yes, and as we know on social media, like the currency, one of the biggest currency is attention, validation,
Ooh.
the need for the like, the need for attention. So
Okay.
we as men, we're protecting our peace of mind and ourselves.
Oh, no,
And
ego.
no, we're protecting
That's
our.
a good-
That's a good
okay.
point. It's a good
Okay.
point.
Okay.
We're protecting our peace of mind to not inflate y'all egos, and we're gonna keep it
Ooh.
check. And we see y'all when we see y'all, as we
We
say.
see
So
it,
we don't
we
need
see it.
to
Okay.
approach. When y'all want us to approach, it could go both ways. Y'all can even
Okay.
approach us. So that quote does come with a sense of entitlement. So we should be like, why don't more women approach men?
Yeah.
Just saying though. All right.
Okay, have you had any like worst experience? Like you thought she was cute, you approached her, and she was like outrageously mean about it.
Yeah, that's happened to me. I'm 32 years old, so it's
32 years of the game, right?
32 years of the game. So it's happened, it's happened,
So yeah, so I made Nelly, yeah.
So for me, usually I ain't gonna cat. I let female come to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like that. You said first of all that ego thing. Secondly, if I approach a woman, it will be an aside. I ain't gonna do it in front of everybody. And that's why most female want to see you
Yeah.
knocking on them in front of everybody. You
So
know
they
what
can
I'm
feel
saying?
like they're
And
the shit.
That's our downfall. A lot of times, dudes want to do it in front of everybody, and that's what they get you right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now we gotta be more smart. If you're trying to talk to a female, pull her to the side.
Fellas, I hope
if
y'all
not-
can hear that.
If not,
Yeah.
man, take your time. Wait until you see her by yourself. Chop
Take
it out
notes.
with her. You
And-
feel me?
yeah, yeah.
My man, we
Yeah.
definitely adapted, man. This is
You got
2022.
And you
The
should
game is
probably-
different. The 1990 game, 1980 game
Yeah.
was different. We keep it on a need to
So-
know and on the low.
So probably not approach her when she's with her friends, right? Just catch her by herself.
And
'cause-
another note on that,
Sometimes
right?
Yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
like women react a certain way too based on what their friends think.
Why?
You know what I
We
mean?
want to know why.
That's all about to get said.
Wow.
That's all about
I
to jump
think-
into.
Well, it's
Okay.
like your own friends have opinions about men, right? And
Okay.
like the kind of men that they think you should be attracted to,
Okay.
that they're attracted to, or like I think it is like you said, like an ego
Mm-hmm.
thing too. It's like there's validation, right? And I think in like today's society with like social media, people want to be validated with the approach, right? And like why women don't, I think that's a good question, like why women don't approach men too.
Yeah.
So would you say women can really think independently for themselves?
No, I mean they obviously can.
When they're with your friends, because
I think
I know usually when girls are with your friends, you can't really pull them. There'll always be that one friend. They'll be like, "Let's go, let's leave." But they could be interested, but they'll still not. They'll miss that opportunity because that friend was hating or whatever it is, cock blocking.
Exactly.
There's games.
Yeah, because like you obviously can think for yourself. It's just like the social dynamics, right? It's like sometimes like
I know with fellas.
Do you guys approach certain women based on how your friends think too?
Oh, if we like something, we go for it. There's nobody gonna stop nobody. We
No,
go for it.
That's not stopping
But at the end of the day,
like,
you
yo,
might clown
go.
each other.
Yeah.
You might go.
That's you right there?
No, I said, I said that's you,
You can
but
make
it's
fun of it or
cool.
whatever,
But still,
yeah.
but
It is what it is.
It is what
everybody
at the end of the
got
day,
their own type of
Yeah,
way.
I haven't seen anybody pull a guy like, yo, don't go talk to. Nah, it's like, bro,
It's
just
female.
do you. But females,
But different
24/7.
dynamics, I guess.
different dynamics.
In the games, and like this is an age thing too, a maturity thing. Like some
Sure,
women, and especially when in your early 20s, it's different than when you're in your mid 30s when it comes to approaching. Because some girls in their early 20s, you could be talking to her like DM or on a dating app and such, and you see her out. And then you guys see each other, but she's talking to another guy, right? And she gets mad at you and say, "Hey, you saw me talking to someone else, but you didn't even approach me while I was talking to another guy." And while she was talking to another guy, and I'm like, I'm cool. I'm chilling with my homies. I'm with my cool. And I fuck with you, but I'm not gonna step to you while you're talking to another guy.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of goofy behavior in the early 20s, but like in the 30s and that approaching in your 30s is way different.
So let's break it down for the ladies watching. One is what? The validation. And two is the what?
The ego.
And what's the third one? What do you think?
Well, I think here's a different perspective too. Because again, I'm only like one woman, so I'm sure there's like a number. I want to put it out there. I'm only one woman. I have my own experiences and whatnot, but I think sometimes too, and like to your point of like again why women don't approach men. I think we had this conversation earlier about the idea of like how women receive rejection, vice men, right?
Not too well.
And I think that stems from like societal expectations, and a lot of times like you don't want to feel that rejection, but I think at the same time too, like on the flip side of that is like women also, and not all women, right, but some may have that perspective of like a man should be able to handle rejection as well.
That's facts right there.
So,
she potty.
Yeah, I know.
She potty.
She
said. But I think, it's like it goes back to like what a woman can't expect of a man, and where it's like we talked about this, right? Like we want vulnerability, but then when it's presented to you, it's like I don't actually want that. I want what ideas or like what society's expectation or idea of a man is, right? Like ideas of masculinity. So I didn't mean to bring it to you.
That's facts.
In your life, like your whole lifetime, how often have you been approached, or like as compared to maybe then and now, how often do men approach you?
Honestly, I feel like when I was younger, it was more common, but nowadays, like I don't know, maybe I'm like in my 30s and I just maybe I have that like resting bitch face. Like somebody just resting bitch face. I don't. And you know what though? I think too is like sometimes just maybe there's like I don't know, like some men don't want to be rejected.
Do you think that it's just the current state of affairs with our society where things are very sensitive? Like you could literally walk up to someone and try to talk to them, and if you're cute, it's flirting, but if you're ugly, it's harassment.
Yeah. Also, I was about to comment. Social media, dating apps. People are more comfortable
swiping,
Snapchat.
So what y'all both saying is that like we kind of both view the opposite gender sometimes as disposable of feelings. That this other individual's feelings, when you're talking about like the vulnerability and the masculinity, doesn't really matter much because on to the next guy. Just as men is on to the next girl, and we kind of invalidate the feelings with the left swipe, right swipe, and
the hearts
and the heart, and the likes, the hearts. We don't even know. We like I said, people like the generation they play video games all day on the fucking metaverse We can curse. I'm sorry. We're not even in reality. A lot of times people are not,
Yeah.
especially our generation, are not in reality. They live on dating apps,
everything revolves
metaverse,
around like social media,
Sims.
and
So as far as
yeah.
approaching in person and engaging, whether it's romantic, business, people don't even know how to
That's
talk
missing.
business
That's
in
missing.
person.
That's missing.
That's
because
missing.
of, yeah.
You know, like face-to-face communication. Like trying to talk to someone on the phone. It's like, just text me.
No,
We don't know how to communicate.
Well, like people
Guess
don't
what
even
I
want to
do?
answer the
I
phone.
don't know if you realize my friend make fun of me, but usually I would send a voice recording instead of typing.
And that's the
know what I'm
game
saying?
changer because
I
most
would
people
say
don't.
But that's still
Yeah.
but that's still not a deep connection.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
I'm trying to say is, as opposed to voice to text or sending a
Mm-hmm.
voice note, an actual engaging dialogue, not
missing,
not like
Because
not like a notification, but an
Because-
engaging
because for
dialogue
me-
hits different.
For me, I enjoy video chats. Like maybe if I swipe someone,
Or
I
FaceTime,
want to like
yeah.
FaceTime
FaceTime.
because
Yeah.
hey, there's some caffeine shout out. I want to see how you look like.
Bro.
Make sure you're representing yourself
We
the
can
way
get
you
into
say you
that
are. You know what I'm
too.
saying?
And I just
Yeah, that'll be another topic.
as a guy, I'm just trying to take the notifications out of it. Like as
yeah.
a guy, whether it's even on a dating app, I want to, disengage from the dating app as soon as possible with an actual phone conversation or meeting in person.
Okay.
As even when I'm talking to someone on a date or such,
Right.
phones are away.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
on silent. I don't want the
Distraction.
notification.
I don't want to hear ping ping.
I don't want to hear the
every
ping,
time.
ping, ping.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I want to actually, and that's an approach and a conversation that we need to have romantically and business amongst our friends and family. So it's this question that you posed today. It really has like foundational merit when it comes to communicating one-on-one
Yeah,
in
and how
today's
we
time, and
approach.
how we approach
Yeah.
each other. So I love it.
Well, I think like you said too is like meaningful relationships, like because we all have different ideas on what relationships
is.
are and like what we expect from the other person. Because like, for example, like a lot of people don't like labels. But and we talked about this, right? It's like, well, I don't like a label, but
But I like you.
But I like you.
know.
And but it's like it's a commitment thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Like we don't feel comfortable with commitment because we always, I think,
There's a
because
perception
of,
about commitment and maybe no freedom.
Did she say what are we? We just say we vibing.
Well, it's like, it's like technology creates this like
It's created a whole
infinite
different
amount of like you said, it's like
validation and
and it's like disposable. Like I just see a person,
yeah.
an image of them, right? But to me, I'm just swiping and whatnot. It's not a meaningful. I'm not having a meaningful conversation with that person, and I'm not trying to get to know them because I'm always trying to find
Look
something.
for the next big thing.
Yeah, and it's almost like that instant gratification.
But can we talk about like something? It might get a little toxic.
We can. Yeah.
Based on what she
If
said.
it's not related, we can hop on the next podcast.
Okay, we can hop on the next podcast.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
the whole time limit and stuff.
yeah.
But guys, this is our opinions and this is what we think. Before we head on out, you guys have any extra concerns or observations? Any plugs you wanna?
Today's views
drop,
I made does not represent
before-
my employer, me, or anything. I'm talking in generality.
There you
So
go.
Yeah.
The note of today is, fellas, if you have to holler at a female, pull her to the side.
Pull it to the
Give
side.
her
To the side.
Or friends that got an influence on her.
Yeah, that's for
to the
sure.
side.
Be
It's
smart.
almost like that, man. There
Little
was one
small,
girl.
little small detail like that. That's what I'm
Yeah.
writing.
So basically,
notes.
if it's 3 or more friends, stay away.
Stay away.
Catch her by herself
So-
and then talk to her.
It's
Okay.
that
Numerical
simple.
value.
You
to this.
recommend
Cool. You can also plug our Instagrams before we head on out.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
not much on social media, but it's
Okay.
Goki313.
Okay.
I don't even know my Instagram handle because I'm not even on
She
social
got
media.
those
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Cat Rachel or something like that.
Cat
I think.
Rachel.
3.
She's kind of,
She's
she's
on
in
it.
a serious relationship, whatever it is.
Yeah,
We
relax.
can still slide in her DM, Who knows? Maybe her dude might mess up and then he'll be up next, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Okay.
another topic.
Yeah, man. What you got, bro?
My
Another
IG is
podcast.
May.and.Molly. And also, you can follow Chosen Kings. That's where we do all the party promotion and also get ready. Glow in the Dark is coming the end of March.
Hey, save the day.
Nobody done that before. So Glow in the Dark, get ready.
Save the
With it.
day, guys. And that's it for today, guys. And before we head on out, do well to subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. Help us grow this page. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, hold on. I gotta plug myself too.
Let's go.
I'm Jay Tendo. I'm Jay Tendo.
Okay, well,
I'm Jay Tendo. You know what I'm saying? I
natural.
make music, and feel free to follow me on Instagram at JAY_TENDO_. And I think that's it. We out.
We out, man.
Bye. Oh, like right there with this.